There was something about being in the early 2000s and putting in a DVD, watching the movie, then spending what could be hours on the bonus content that was included. Usually spanning from deleted scenes, interviews with cast and crew, and my favorite part, the DVD games and bonus features. And in my opinion, no other DVD release did this better than the Harry Potter DVDs. For these DVD releases, like many others, they had an extra disc separate from the movie dedicated to the special features. Starting off with the Sorcerer's Stone, the special features disc opens up with a dive into the halls of Hogwarts, making your way to the Great Hall, where you are tasked with finding the hidden secret within. In the main menu, you can choose from exploring Diagon Alley, taking a tour of Hogwarts, testing which house you'd fit best in at the Sorting Hat, watching interviews from the crew, exploring the Hogwarts grounds, getting extra credit, or checking out the library. When entering Diagon Alley, you're immediately faced with a riddle from the movie by selecting the correct bricks to guess the password entered by Hagrid, which automatically opens if you guess wrong too many times. After entering, you're given the option to explore the Aesop's Owl Emporium, Ollivander's Wands, and Gringotts Bank. You solve a riddle to acquire your galleons, sickles, and nuts, and experience applying yourself for a year at Hogwarts as you acquire a wand and an owl companion. Taking the tour, which is somewhat self-guided, you can choose where to explore as the narrator brings you to notable locations like the common rooms from the movie and gives recaps about what happens at each given location. Next up is the Sorting Hat, where you can choose which house you feel best describes you out of Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, and Slytherin, including a brief description of what type of wizard each house would best be suited for. After checking out the Sorting Hat, you can watch interviews with the producer, director, screenwriter, and production designer, showing behind-the-scenes footage and explaining the process of adapting the film from the book. With each DVD, they include a section called Extra Credit, which isn't accessible unless you insert the disc into a DVD-ROM drive, so unfortunately I don't have footage of this section. But if you were able to access this, it gives even more bonus material, with mini games that featured getting sorted by the Sorting Hat and collecting wizard trading cards, downloading screensavers, or signing up for owl emails. In the Hogwarts grounds section, you can taste test the beloved Bertie Bott's Every Flavor Beans, where the narrator will react given the flavor. You can also play a minigame learning about the balls of Quidditch and try to catch the golden snitch, as well as watch a clip from the last movie explaining the rules of Quidditch. The last option in this section is to take a tour of Hagrid's hut. Next up is the library, where you can select from a limited number of books showcasing concept art for the Quidditch equipment, a clue for the overall minigame of the special features disc, as well as the book jump scare. Continuing the overall minigame of the whole disc leads us to the classrooms. You can explore Defense Against the Dark Arts, Spells and Charms, Potions, and Transfiguration, each class showcasing the different teachers instructing along with other minigames specific to the class. Once done there, you can pursue the trials Harry, Ron, and Hermione took at the end of the movie for the Philosopher's Stone, such as finding their way around Fluffy and catching the enchanted key. After a final minigame involving selecting the correct potion bottle, you arrive at the Mirror of Erised and the Philosopher's Stone. By clicking on the stone, you win the minigame, and your prize is being able to choose from 7 clips from the movie to rewatch. Bringing us into Harry's second year at Hogwarts, this DVD menu opens up exactly the same as the first, except this time taking our main menu to Professor Lockhart's office, accompanied by moving picture of Filch, rather than the Great Hall. We're once again guided by the narrator, given the options of watching additional scenes, getting more extra credit, checking out behind the scenes of Hogwarts, seeing Lockhart's classroom, a sneak peek at the new Harry Potter game, and 4 activities: the Chamber Challenge, the Forbidden Forest Challenge, Colin's Darkroom, and a tour of Diagon Alley. In Behind Hogwarts, you can view different behind-the-scenes featurettes, including interviews with J.K. Rowling and Steve Kloves, an exploration of Dumbledore's office, where you can explore in 2 different ways, seeing how the set was built with design sketches and showing the progress, or by doing a typical tour of the room. With the interviews, professors, students, and more option, you get the chance to be the interviewer and ask questions to the students and professors of Hogwarts, as well as Mr. Weasley, Hagrid, Filch, and Uncle Vernon and Aunt Petunia. The last option being a gallery of production sketches, with all of them taking the form of paintings in the grand staircase. You also have the option to view deleted scenes from the movie in the additional scenes section, as well as getting 6 clips as a sneak peek of the new Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets game. In the spellcaster knowledge section, you are quizzed on what effects different spells will have. In the classroom of Professor Lockhart, there are options to view his photos, certificates, and many of his books. With the tour of Diagon Alley, it plays very similar to the tour of Hogwarts from the first DVD, taking you through the streets and shops with people walking around you. It almost feels like a VR game way before VR. Again, this DVD comes with extra credit in the form of entering the bonus DVD into a DVD-ROM drive on your computer, and they really do go all out for these. With so much to include, I'll just let the Harry Potter trailer voice take this one.
There's even more fun waiting for you when you put this disc into your DVD-ROM drive. You can magically control your computer with your own voice and find hours of magical fun. Mix potions, travel through Hogwarts history, search mysterious rooms, face over 15 other challenges, download a screensaver, collect wizard trading cards, and more. There are hours of extra credit adventure with Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets DVD-ROM features and your computer.
And with everything covered in this disc so far, we haven't even gotten to the activities, starting off with the Chamber Challenge. You make your way through the halls of Hogwarts to get to the girls' bathroom as you're faced with questions and riddles from Mr. Filch, Snape, and once you reach the bathroom, Moaning Myrtle. You have to then get into the chamber by guessing the correct sink and knowing the password in Parseltongue to open the door. Once inside the Chamber of Secrets, you have the ability to navigate around, getting history from the narrator. I remember as a kid just walking down this path and through the sewers, and it had such a creepy vibe to it that just put you right in there. When you make your way to the face of Salazar Slytherin and find your way out through his mouth, the challenge ends with you facing the basilisk. In College Darkroom, you can make a slideshow using images from the movie of different students, professors, places, and objects. Now, did I say that walking through the Chamber of Secrets had a creepy vibe? What about riding in a rickety, semi-flying car through a super dark forest filled with giant spiders? Yeah, my note meter is pretty much maxed out right there. I know this challenge ties perfectly into the movie, but I think I can speak for many people when I say, as dark as the Harry Potter series got, nothing will ever be scarier than the whole sequence with Aragog and his children from this movie. And putting you into that situation? No. But good on them, because the shot that plays when you lose this game still freaks me out to this day.
I solemnly swear that I am up to no good.
This DVD menu changes things up. This time, using the Marauders map as a guide, you can choose between divination classes, defense against the dark arts, the Great Hall, and a tour of Honeydukes or the Hogwarts grounds. Starting off in divination class, in this section you can gaze into Trelawney's crystal ball, which features deleted scenes from the movie. Choosing creating the vision will show you the behind the scenes process of making the movie, and Head to Shrunken Head, which has interviews with the actors and filmmakers. In Defense Against the Dark Arts, the different options here start with a game called Magic You May Have Missed, where they play clips from the movie asking questions about what you might have missed in the scene, as well as taking a tour of Professor Lupin's classroom. But watch out for the Boggart in the closet.
Now what was that spell again? Oh, ridiculous. Yes, ridiculous, ridiculous, ridiculous. Oh, dear me.
In the tour of Honeydukes, it's very similar to the other tours featured before as a walkthrough of Hogsmeade's best candy shop. When choosing the Hogwarts grounds, you can go to Hagrid's hut where under The Care of Magical Creatures, you'll see how animal actors are worked with in the movie. Conjuring a Scene talks more about the practical and CGI effects in The Werewolf, Sirius's Animagus, The Dementors, Buckbeak, and The Night Bus. And this section also featuring the DVD-ROM section at the Whomping Willow and the Prisoner of Azkaban game preview. When traveling to the Great Hall, this is where you'll find more games. First being Catch Scabbers. Going through 3 levels, you help Crookshanks navigate through a Dragon's Lair-esque game where you have to click the right direction with blinking cues. Next is a music video for Double, Double, Toil, and Trouble, made up of clips from the movie. Last but not least is the main game of this DVD, The Quest of Sir Cadogan, where you navigate through and around Hogwarts, completing different challenges to find the correct painting to protect the Gryffindor common room from Sirius Black. This brings us to the 4th movie, The Goblet of Fire. In this DVD, you get to take part of the events heavily featured in the movie, the Triwizard Tournament. From this main menu, you can choose between the locations of Hogwarts Castle, the Dragon Arena, the Lake, and the Maze. In each section is a challenge that emulates the same challenges from the movie, as well as behind the scenes on the first, second, and third tasks. Starting us out in the Hogwarts Castle, there are typical features like deleted scenes, behind the scenes of the Yule Ball, cast and crew interviews, the trailer for the movie, as well as the DVD-ROM features. The reflections on the 4th film section being very interesting, seeing these young actors in the middle of their whole journey just looking back and seeing how far they've come already. In the Dragon's Arena, you'll be given the options of doing the Triwizard Tournament Dragon Challenge by capturing the golden egg that's being protected by the Hungarian Horntail, dodging its attacks and fire. This section also features a lot of the production with the 4 stars that played the champions of the tournament. In the Triwizard Tournament Lake Challenge, you search underwater for the person who was taken from you, dealing with the lake creatures by using your wand or your new golden egg. And with the final trial in the tournament, you are put into the maze, as you navigate through with 5 different spells to deal with the obstacles in your way. But once you reach the Triwizard Cup, of course that isn't the end. You will then be given access to the graveyard in Little Hangleton. You have to try and find the Triwizard Cup again while avoiding the Cruciatus Curse from the Death Eaters and also attacks from Nagini. The early Harry Potter DVDs were a great source of entertainment for me when I was a kid, and it's justified to say that the developers went above and beyond to create an experience of Hogwarts as well as the events in the movies, through the tours, challenges, and so many behind-the-scenes content that showed all of the hard work and care that went into making this franchise the best it could be. This was only the first 4 movies just because there is so much content on these alone they deserve their own video. But in my next one I will be going over the rest from the Order of the Phoenix to the Deathly Hallows Part 2. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe as it really supports the channel and shows me that you want more content up this alley. Thanks!